April 2025 is almost here, and it's bringing a wave of fresh games. We've got zombie horrors, tactical revivals, and artistic fever dreams. This month is stacked with incredible titles, and we're diving right in. Starting off with Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. This game takes everything you know about zombie survival, blowing off heads, hoarding shotguns, and asks, what if it was much darker? Sure, you still get the zombie-slaying action, but this one's different. It's a side-scrolling survival game, kind of like This War of Mine meets The Last of Us, but with a strong dose of Texas. A lot of Texas. Expect tense decisions, scarce resources, and an atmosphere dripping with dread. It's not the most uplifting game you'll play this month, but it's definitely one to watch. Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, launches April 10th on PC. Next up, Commandos, Origins. This is a full reboot of the legendary real-time tactics series, bringing you back to the trenches with modern graphics and controls that, hopefully, don't require a PhD to master. It's an origin story about how the squad first came together to fight the Nazis. Not the most original premise, sure, but let's be real. That's not why you're here. This is a hardcore tactical experience built for strategy fans who love a challenge. The big question is, can it update the classic formula without alienating old-school fans? If it pulls that off, it could be something really special. Commandos. Origins arrives April 9th for PC and Xbox Series. Moving on to a weird one. Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation 5. Yeah, you heard that right. Microsoft's flagship open-world racing masterpiece is making the jump to PlayStation. It's kind of like seeing Mario pop up in a Sonic game, except this time it's not some random crossover. It's Xbox flexing its new strategy. We win even if you don't buy an Xbox. This version includes all major DLC up to Rally Adventure and Hot Wheels, making it a huge get for PlayStation players. And that's just the start of the list. Stick around for more of April's biggest upcoming games. Players are going to get the full chaotic thing, all the off-road stuff, all the crazy stuff. It's all there. Honestly, it's a good game. You kind of can't say, oh, I don't want this to come out on PlayStation. Anybody who says that is just a jerk who's following the console wars too much. Well, I don't want there to be console wars. I want everybody to play good games. Sometimes I talk about it in those terms because I care about companies not abandoning the people that they've created promises and expectations for. All that stuff. Forza Horizon 5 is coming out April 29th on the PS5. Moving on to number 7, it's Crashlands 2. If this was your favorite fever dream of a survival game from 2016, it's back to remind you that you don't have to be walking through gray wastelands to craft stuff and have fun. This is Neon. You get the snarky dialogue, you got the base building, it's a Rick and Morty, don't starve vibe. I don't know. You're once again a delivery driver, a DIY guy, etc. Except for now, you're in a 3D world, and they've really taken advantage of that. You got everything going on. You've got creature stuff you can tame and crazy builds. It does look like a pretty big version of Crashlands, a much more expanded, much more possibilities, a lot of crazy stuff going on. If you're tired of serious survival games, Crashlands 2 is probably the way to go. If you still want to play in the genre, anyway, if you're tired of survival games, period, don't play Crashlands 2. It's coming April 10th to the PC. Number 6 is Sand. You ever thought, man, I love Mad Max, but what about mechs? Why aren't there mechs in that? Well, that's what this is. It's an open-world PvPvE extraction shooter, and honestly, it's got the right notes in terms of things that I'm interested in. I love me some Mad Max, and man, oh man, am I a big old Mech Warrior fan. Now, that doesn't mean this game is Mech Warrior. It's not. But it's got enough of that going on that I'm pretty interested in it. The mechs honestly have maybe a little bit more in common with Howl's Moving Castle. But, I don't know. It looks pretty sweet. It's 100% something I want to try very badly. Like, if this footage doesn't sell you on this idea, I don't know what's going to. My primary thing here is, are they going to pull this off? PvPvE extraction shooters are not a new thing. I mean, there's enough that I would say yes, a giant stomping death machine would do the trick here. Yes, I agree. I'm really, really hoping it's as good as it looks. It's hitting early access on April 3rd on PC. At number 5, it's South of Midnight. From the creators who brought us We Happy Few, Compulsion Games, they're bringing us to the Deep South. You're thrust into a surreal world after a hurricane destroys Prospero, your hometown. But something is off about this hurricane, because all the folklore is somehow just now reality. Something happened here. You got magic, though, so that's good. Got a real Tim Burton vibe to it, except for, obviously, a lot more Louisiana-looking. I don't know. Looks like a good action-adventure game. I'm there. South of Midnight's coming out April 8th to PC and Xbox Series. At number 4, it's Steel Seed from Storm in a Teacup, the mines that brought us close to the sun. We got a stealth action-adventure set in a dark sci-fi world teetering on the edge of extinction. You're basically navigating a hostile underground facility. That's the gist of it. You're trying to save humanity, as we all know. You got parkour, you got combat, you got stealth, and you got a little drone companion named Cobb. I don't know. This is in a lot of ways a different-looking game, but in a lot of ways something that reminds me of a lot of good things. While the description might sound quite a bit like it could be a Souls-like, this is not. I actually get Metal Gear Solid meets Force Unleashed vibes for some reason. It looks really cool to me. I'm excited about this one. There's a demo you can play right now. I would highly recommend doing so. I had a good time with it. Steel Seed's coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series on April 10th. Moving on to number 3. It's Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. SNK is not playing around. Fatal Fury has been in hibernation for 26 years. Do wolves hibernate? I don't know. There are 17 fighters, though. Interestingly enough, a couple of Street Fighter guests, Ken and Chun-Li, but you got all the favorites, like Terry Bogard, Rock Howard, all that stuff. In all seriousness, City of the Wolves is Fatal Fury, but it updates a lot of what Fatal Fury looks like. Thankfully, it is still a 2D fighting game. It's going for a decidedly more comic book look than the new Street Fighters, and I think that's good. I like that quite a bit, actually. I don't need Fatal Fury to be exactly the same as Street Fighter, even though they're kind of very similar way back in the day. I don't know. It looks cool. I love Fatal Fury. Man, in the 1990s, I was in arcades all the time playing fighting games. It was so different back then, and yet so similar. I'm super excited to play Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves on April 24th, when it hits PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Series. At number 2, it's Steel Hunters from the creators of World of Tanks and World of Warships. We have a free-to-play PvPvE mech shooter that, if you recall, I was talking about Mech Warrior a little bit earlier. This is a lot closer than the one we were talking about earlier. Still not quite. You know, a mech sim, maybe more of an armored core, like a little bit. I don't know. You got elements from hero shooters, battle royale, extraction shooters. It looks like it's trying to do something unique here, and honestly, Of course, free-to-play always sends a little bit of a "I don't know about that" up my spine. I'm always rooting for a game to be good rather than bad. I would rather have more good games than bad ones, and I could see a lot of potential here if, indeed, this doesn't end up being one of the bad free-to-plays. Steel Hunters is landing in early access April 2nd. I will absolutely be trying this one. I hope it is everything a PvPvE mech shooter could possibly be. High hopes this month, and at number 1 is Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. Believe it or not, a turn-based RPG in a dark fantasy world. There's a malevolent entity known as the Paintress. Every year she paints a number in the sky, and everybody of that age vanishes, dead, gone. The number is reaching 33, and humanity's survival hinges on the success of an expedition. The 33rd expedition sent out to store. Honestly, the fact this is a turn-based RPG makes me really intrigued. It's going to be a dark and interesting adventure.